White.
Ask the First Minister whether he will provide an update on the steps that the Scottish Government is taking as a result of the Supreme Court judgment in Women Scotland Ltd versus the Scottish Ministers.
First Minister.
President, the Government has made clear since the Supreme Court ruling that we accept the judgment and that we're taking forward detailed work that is necessary as a consequence. A working group convened by the Permanent Secretary is actively considering the implications of the judgment across every key area of government. As a result of this work, action has already been taken, including updated guidance for the Gender Representation on Public Boards Scotland Act 2018 and amendments to the public appointments recruitment process for regulated public bodies through which the Act is applied. Through joint working with Police Scotland, we will publicly consult on the Stop and Search Code of Practice before the end of this year. So action has been taken. We also continue to engage with the Equality and Human Rights Commission while we await their awaited Code of Practice, which I understand is yet to be submitted to the United Kingdom Government.
Tess White.
What the First Minister has said is a huge insult to women and the women who are protesting outside today. And First Minister, we're not buttoned up the back. It's been months since the Supreme Court judgment and the Court of Session decision on single-sex toilets in schools. Children have gone back to school now, and teachers, some of whom are here today in the gallery, are still being told to follow the SNP government's unlawful support for transgender pupils in schools guidance, fearful for their jobs if they don't. Edinburgh City Council has acted now because delaying would be illegal. This SNP government is showing willful ignorance. Why is the First Minister deliberately ignoring the rule of law?
First Minister.
President,
I will address any points of order after we have finished First Minister's questions, Ms Graham. Thank you.
President, the Government is undertaking the work that I set out in my earlier answer to Tess White. On the issue of schools guidance, we're committed to ensuring that the supporting transgender young people in schools guidance is fit for purpose. And as with any significant legal or policy developments, we are considering whether the guidance, what developments are required in the guidance to ensure that all aspects of that analysis are taken forward. So there's complex work underway in this respect, and the Government is doing that work.
Ash Regan.
Presiding Officer, the Supreme Court has been absolutely clear. Sex in law means biological sex, and single-sex provisions must be respected. The EHRC told the Government not to wait before acting, and yet we still see confusion across all our public bodies, from schools to prisons to the NHS and local authorities. Can the First Minister explain, if government lawyers are not there to advise ministers to follow the law, what exactly are they there for? And will he now commit to ensuring that all publicly funded bodies comply with the judgment in full and without delay?
First Minister.
As I've explained in my answers and as has been explained by other ministers, the Government is undertaking the careful, detailed legal work that is required to put in place the provisions that are required by the Supreme Court case. And we have taken some of the actions that we are able to take to date, and we will continue to pursue the other issues as we take forward that work. And government lawyers support the Government in its work to make sure the Government at all times is acting within the law.